Jackson Podcast.
So Complex got another list out. You know, they did the top 50 LA rappers, the top 50 R&B singers. And I'm going to be going over the Double XL freshman list also here shortly. I think I might do it today or tomorrow because they've been releasing freestyles. And I don't know who those artists is, and I want to hear who the new up-and-coming guys is and see if it's anything relatable for, you know, somebody like me, somebody that really prioritize lyrics and metaphors and accountability and just moving the culture forward, to be honest with you. I ain't going to bash nobody, but I just want to see who the new freshmen are. But let's get into this piece that Complex put out on their website. The top 20 best rapper and singer duos of all time. Who do y'all think of when y'all think of a rapper singer duo? Me, I think of Murray J and Method Man. I think of Outkast and Sleepy Brown. Who else I think of, man? It's a lot of collaboration. Oh, I gotta say Ja Rule and Ashanti. Nelly and Kelly Rowland. Let me think of some more duos. Let me think of some more. Who, just in the comment section, who is y'all favorite rapper, singer collaboration? I would say Miguel and Wale with Lotus Flower Bomb. I would like to see them do a couple of more tracks together. Who is Chris Brown's favorite rapper collaborator? Is it Lil Wayne? Is it Tyga? Is it Young Thug? Who would they mention? Because Chris Brown has did a lot of great collaborations also with rappers. But let's get into the article, man. They got SZA and Kendrick Lamar on the imagery, so I guess they must have been the motivation behind this piece coming out based upon the success of their tour and everything. But let's get into 20, man. Or should I just read this whole thing first? As hip-hop has grown into a billion-dollar industry, hooks from R&B singers have helped rappers take over the pop charts. And hip-hop has, in turn, influenced the changing sound of soul music. Rakim's 1989 guest verse on Jody Watley's top 10 hit Friends, and Rhonda Paris's sing-along hook on Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock's 1988 Summer Jam, It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right, were early demonstrations of the commercial potential of the fusion of rap and R&B. And over the next few years, rap labels like Bad Boy and singers like Murray J. Blige will turn that cross-pollination into the dominant sound of the 90s. Using R&B medleys to increase hip-hop's crossover appeal was once a controversial practice. De La Soul sneered about rap and bullshit in 1991, but it's become a permanent corner of the genre with its own rich canon of classic records. As rappers and singers began making hits together more regularly, some duos would team up time and time again. Tupac and R. Kelly first hatched the novel idea of a Best of Both Worlds collaborative album in the mid-90s. And after Pac's death, Kelly eventually pulled off the concept with a different collaborator, Jay-Z, for a pair of albums. Let me stop for a minute, because I didn't know that Tupac and R. Kelly was talking about collaborating. That is new information to me. What would that have sounded like? What would that have been like? Even though a lot of commercial hits and commercial success came from those Jay-Z and R. Kelly collaborations, I really wasn't too much of a fan of it. But sometimes I go back and listen to it and see how those things were, put together. It sounded like two projects that was rushed. But there was some decent albums, man. They wasn't great or nothing. They was decent. They had a lot of that Rockland, or who was those producers back in those days? Because I didn't really like that commercial Fiesta sounding type records. They was very commercial. 2002 Best of Both Worlds and 2004 Unfinished Business proved that two platinum stars from different genres could make an entire album together. Since then, many duo albums and mixtapes have followed suit, including another Jay album with his wife Beyonce. That was a dope album, though. The latest duo making waves is Kendrick Lamar and SZA, who kicked off their co-headlining Grand National Tour in Minneapolis last weekend, as their duets Luther and 30 for 30 are riding high on the charts, reaching their respective pinnacles together in a way that few, if any, genre-blending pairs ever have before. So we figured now would be a good time to look back at the greatest duos to bridge the worlds of hip hop and R&B. That's them talking about Kendrick Lamar and SZA. If I was Kendrick, to pivot away from the beef aspect and to keep the momentum going, I would do an entire collaborative project with SZA and drop it before fall instantly to keep the momentum going. And that's something that the game that I'm giving for free. If he want to keep Drake out the headlines, he want to keep the hating going and keep dropping #1 albums, drop that with SZA, and it'll keep your momentum going. Don't die down. Keep your momentum going. This is a list of 2 solo acts coming together. No acts who started as a group are here, and we limited our list to artists that have made at least 3 songs together, which means legendary pairings like Method Man and Mary J. Blige and Nelly and Kelly Rowland weren't eligible. That's good that they mentioned that, because even though they don't got 3 songs together, that Method Man and Mary J. pairing is crazy, that one song. And they should try to do a collaborative project together, because they both still doing good right now in their careers. Mary J. is singing at an all-time high. Method Man is still looking young and vibrant and out here rapping good. Go ahead and do a project, man. Age don't matter. So 20, we got Young Thug and Chris Brown. They did drop a phenomenal project together, though, but this list is starting off crazy to have them as 20, when it's had to be more collaborative duos that had more of an impact than that one album that they collaborated on. But the songs go crazy. City Girls, High End, they came out, I think it was around COVID time, 2020. People was in the house more. They wasn't outside, and that music seemed like if you could be outside and people wasn't quarantined and everything, this could have been like a more impactful album. It was a dope album though, but folks was in the house and this music was meant for you to be outside. Dej Loaf and Jacquees. I'm not really a fan. I ain't gonna cap to you. Dej Loaf, I like her music better than Jacquees, but Jacquees do got some songs, especially that song he got on Rich Homie Thug and Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug's album, the one that they did when they was with Cash Money, Rich Gang. That's what got me caught up. All these Rich, Thug, Young, all of these names is crazy. But Jacquees got a phenomenal record. He got plenty of records. I see like on social media people posting songs from this album that Dej Loaf and Jacquees created on social media under their pictures and stuff. Girls and stuff, man. At the Club, Red Light, favorite one. I need to tap in, man. If they made this list, I need to tap in. Tupac and Danny Boy. Back then, I didn't realize Danny Boy's impact. I didn't know the songs he was on till I seen a Vlad TV interview of Danny Boy talking about some things that allegedly happened between him and Mary J. Blige that was a little spooky. But he was on I Ain't Mad at You, Toss It Up, What's Your Phone Number. He was on some legendary songs with Tupac. At the time, he had to be a teenager in the mid-90s, but he's on some legendary records. Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign. They collaborated on an album. I really couldn't get into them albums because they was too dark, but it's some good music on there. But I think that Kanye West's best singer collaborator is Kid Cudi. If we considering what Kid Cudi do is singing. Let's go, though. And then Uncle Charlie, though. Hold up now. Because Kanye got a few songs with Charlie Wilson that's fire. No cap. Let's get into the next artist. Common and Erykah Badu. Classics. Super classics. Love of my life. That's a cut. That's a cut. All Night Long. Jimmy Was a Rock Star. Yeah, they got some nice cuts together. Big Sean and Jhené Aiko. Incredible projects. I think they got 2 albums together. And they're working on another one, allegedly. I think that they are a great pairing. They're a couple, and they make phenomenal music together. He's a hell of a rapper. She's a phenomenal singer. Nothing else need to be said. Beware and I Know. Okay, so they both dropped 2 albums together. Yeah, dope. Jadakiss and Mary J. Blige. This is an interesting pairing because one of my favorite Jadakiss songs, I forgot the title of the album that it's on, but it's a red cover, and Mary J is on that song singing her heart out. She's also featured on the collaborative album of him and Fabulous, I'm assuming. But they got some dope records together, man. Back to Life, 2001, the Family Affair remix. She Kiss remixing on a few of her songs. Yeah, they dope together. They voices actually, they complement each other. Warren G and Nate Dogg. I only heard one song, but that song is better than a lot of these people's albums. Their collaborative efforts. And this list said that you have to have 3 songs to be able to make the list, though. But Warren G and Nate Dogg, ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Hold up now. That's a Snoop Dogg record. So Fly, Regulators, yeah, they got some dope records together. That's all I'm going to say. Missy Elliott and Ciara. I don't know no songs they got together. Lose Control featuring Fat Man Scoop. Rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. 1-2 Step. Work. Okay, yeah, they do got some dope songs together, though. They do. I wish Missy Elliott would collaborate more with Keisha Cole. But I like the collaboration she's done with Ciara. It's just that Ciara, I know they don't want to say it or don't want to pair these two together, but her best song is with Bow Wow. Rick Ross and John Legend got a lot of songs. The Maybach Music songs, they got a lot of hits together. Magnificent, Who Do We Think We Are, Maybach Music 6. Yeah, they got some hits together. Rick Ross and John Legend. So Drake and Party Next Door, they do got a lot of their collaborative efforts was better, and this is starting the top 10. Drake and Party Next Door. Yeah, they got some good records together. Even though that album was a little bit lackluster to me, it was good though. It was a decent album. Come See Me. Come and See Me. That's a hit. Somebody Love Me. Preach. Yeah, they got some hits together, man. Some Sexy Songs for You. That was the title of the album. Future and The Weeknd at 9. They got them above Drake and and Party Next Door. They trying to start some feud or whatever though. Low Life. I didn't like that song because it's too dark. I don't even like the title Low Life. Coming Out Strong. Coming Out Strong. I ain't like that song neither because it sounded like somebody was coming out strong. Young Metro. Yeah, they got some records together, but I really ain't a fan of those records. I like Future's music more when he's not with The Weeknd. Snoop Dogg and Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson, man, even though I would say that Snoop Dogg and Charlie Wilson do got some great collaborative records though, but Charlie Wilson is such a GOAT and a great that he can make a good record with anybody. So let's get down to number 7. Jay-Z and Beyonce, most definitely. These next 6 must be great because Jay-Z and Beyonce got some nice records together. Some real good records. Crazy in Love, Part 2. Who can be over? Oh, I know who number 1 now. I know who number 1. It got to be number 1. Lil Wayne and T-Pain. Did we ever get the album T-Wayne? I want to read this article, this piece of the article, because can't believe it, got money, I'm so hood. I actually would prefer the collaboration of Jay-Z and Beyonce over T-Pain and Lil Wayne, even though I know that what I'm saying is something that a lot of people may disagree with. It's just that my palette of music, I prefer Jay-Z and Beyonce over T-Pain and Lil Wayne. So T-Pain's innovative use of auto-tune transformed him from an unknown Tallahassee rapper to an R&B star on 2005's rapper turned singer. And Lil Wayne was one of the many rappers who started utilizing auto-tune in this way. Wayne and T-Pain's first collaboration was the underrated Know What I'm Doing from 2006, Like Father, Like Son. That was a hell of an album. Birdman was even rapping good on that. But they soon made it back-to-back top 10 hits in 2008 with Got Money and Can't Believe It. The hyped-up duo project called What Else? T-Wayne in 2009, but sessions from the unfinished album didn't see the light of day until 2017, when 8 songs were finally released as a mixtape. That's crazy. They should have took advantage of that and utilized the opportunity that they had, because they both was hotter than fish grease, hotter than hot when they was doing their music. Okay, so this is an argument now, and I gotta read this part of the article because J. Cole and Miguel, if you been following the channel and following the content on the channel as of recently, I had a conversation and I took a clip from Rory Amal's podcast talking about who is the better rapper, who is the better lyricist, Wale or J. Cole. And both of these brothers, Wale and J. Cole, have phenomenal records with Miguel. But who made the best records with Miguel? J. Cole or Wale? Because Wale got Lotus Flower Bomb, a Grammy nominated song, and J. Cole got Power Trip, All I Want Is You, Come Through and Chill, and they're both collaborative efforts. One was on the other's album. Both of them did features for each other, and they got some. They got. Jay-Z suggested to put Miguel on the hook for the Born Sinner's lead single, Power Trip, a song that helped Cole's career to the next level in 2013. Yeah, this is an interesting conversation, but I like Lotus Flower Bomb. I like Power Trip. J. Cole might got the better records with Miguel, but damn, that Lotus Flower Bomb is a hit. For real. Yeah, J. Cole is the better collaborator with Miguel. Drake and Rihanna, they got some hits together. Drake is on this list twice. That lets you know how many records he got. At number 4, Work, Take Care, What's My Name. Yeah, they ain't even made a song that wasn't a hit. When they get together, when they collaborate, it's a hit. Ludacris and Usher at 3. Let me see the songs because I only know one. Yeah. Damn, Lovers and Friends. And She Don't Know. Yeah, when they get together and collaborate, they make hits. Nothing but hits. Those songs are very impactful too because that was on Usher's Confession album. And then that Lovers and Friends, that was a masterpiece on Lil Jon's album. But Lil Jon got to get some credit for elevating these two guys to be able to create high quality collabs, because he produced every song that they mentioned on her as a collab. So salute to Lil Jon, man. Let's get to 2. This Cap. Kendrick and SZA, this is recency bias. They always have recency bias in it. They have some great records together, some super dope collaborative records though. But 2, All the Stars, Luther, and 30 for 30, nah, they ain't 2, man. They ain't 2 for R&B rap collaborations. They ain't 2. I would put them more like 6. I don't even know if they top 5. To be honest with you. And hold up now, where is Nas and Lauryn Hill? If we doing it like that, where is Nas and Lauryn Hill at for collaborations? They ain't 2, but I ain't knocking it because they do have some phenomenal content together, and I expect more to come from them. I'm going to guess who number 1 is. I know it's number 1. It has to be Ja Rule and Ashanti. If it's not Ja Rule and Ashanti, I'm cutting the computer off. This might not even drop. Like I said, I'm going to read it and I'm going to get up at this thing. Always on Time, Mesmerized, Down for You featuring Charlie Baltimore and Vita, and more hit records. And they wrote records together. Ashanti wrote the record that Ja Rule did with J-Lo, so that was actually a Ashanti record. Ja Rule was already hip hop's tough guy's sweetheart, dusting regularly with divas like Christina Milian and Lil Mo before he introduced his Murder Inc. label mate Ashanti Douglas to the public. With this chart-topping 2001 single Always on Time, over the next few years they kept returning to the charts together over and over, with Irv Gotti produced hits like Down for You, Mesmerized, Wonderful, and Fat Joe's What's Love. Ashanti also famously had a hand in Ja Rule's hit with Jennifer Lopez, I'm Real, and Ain't It Funny. She wrote both of those tracks and did background vocals in the mix on both tracks. Wow. So it basically was an Ashanti song with Jennifer Lopez's face. Murder Inc.'s reign at the top was relatively short, but it marked a key moment when hip-hop laced with R&B really became pop music central sound. And a whole lot of the label's era-defining success rested on the record chemistry of Ashanti's sweet melodies contrasting with Ja Rule's growl. You know who they left off this list too? They got 3 records together. DMX and Aaliyah. DMX and Aaliyah ain't on the list. And Nas and Lauryn Hill isn't on the list. I think that's highway robbery. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to my show though, man. Tell me what y'all think about the list in the comment section. I'm going to be down there chopping it up with you guys, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Much love. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for being a new subscriber or old subscriber. As long as you supporting the kid, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money and I'm gone. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.